Hello and welcome. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Deimos Hunter. So the Deimos Hunter is next to my Hunter class of ships. Um, these are designed to be ships for bounty hunters. This means that as far as restrictions on the ship, they have to have a holding cell, whether that is from the brig hab or whether that's just a holding cell in the armory. Does not matter, just they have to have one. Additionally, the next restriction for these ships is that I decided that they have to have suppressive weaponry for at least one of their weapons. Um, if you've played Starfield, you know that suppressive weaponry is not needed to non-lethally take down a ship. However, the suppressive weaponry, I guess, lets you do it without needing the targeting skill. Um, Finally, the Hunter class ships are restricted to being Starship Design rank 2 or less. So this means that you can't have the best of the best, but it also means that it's a ship that you can play through the mid game with parts unlocking somewhere between ranks 20 and ranks 40. So, that being said, let's go ahead, dock with the station, if it ever selects it. It will one day. There we go. And then once we're docked, we'll go ahead and take the tour. And then we'll see how the ship is built. And then we'll head on out to Serpentis to test it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and get up and do that interior tour. Alright, so you see that this is the cockpit. And we are coming into the Deimos brig. Now, the Deimos brig is kind of interesting. We have a little armory, a couple weapon racks over here, as well as some lockers. So it's kind of like an armory. Whether this is for holding your team's weapons or whether it is for holding, whatever you got off of your captures. Got a door that opens right here. Um, the Deimos Armory comes complete with a bathroom for the crew. We have two brigs, and each of these brigs has two beds in them. Additionally, I will note that I am not seeing any bathrooms in these brigs, so I guess you're going to have to let your captures out, and that's why that bathroom is there. Interesting. Also, they are totally watching you all the time. Alright, then coming back here, got a nice little supervising chair, some space for some more weapons and ammo. Here is our landing bay access. And then through this door, we come into the Deimos Armory. Just, in case we didn't have enough weapon racks in the brig. Coming back from this, coming through this door, you see that we enter into the 2x1 control station hab. This is also where our Docker access is. And then if we come all the way to the back, take a brief look out the window. Got ladder that goes up, and we have the Deimos 3x1 all-in-one. So we've got a galley up here, 4 beds, and a bathroom. So that is the interior of the Deimos Hunter. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the ship is built. So this ship is built entirely here at the Deimos Star Yards. And I will go ahead
Deimos was exclusively a military contract.
You deserve the best of the. Of course.
and show you first a quick look at it, and then you can see I am making use of the ship flip glitch. However, if you don't want to use the flip glitch, I will show you some really easy things that you can do to not require that. So now that we've seen it, let's go ahead and get our color in a palette. There we go. Select all and delete. Alright, so first things first, let's go ahead and grab the landing bay. And right behind this landing bay, let's go ahead and grab the docker. Just flip that upside down. And then, since we're back here anyways, let's go ahead and grab the cargo. I've got the 10T hauler cargo located right here. Next, let's go ahead and grab that brig. Behind that, I'm going to go ahead and put the control station. Over here, let's go ahead and grab that armory. And then up here, let's go ahead and grab that 3x1 and push that forward. Then right here, let's go ahead and grab the cockpit. For this ship, I did go with the DS20.3. However, if you would like to, you can very easily go with the Ares DS30.2 or DS30.1. However, I will note that this is about 7,000 credits versus 36,000, so that's a very significant price difference there. Alright, so that is basically all the habitable portions plus the cargo. Now let's go ahead and grab our reactor and grav drive. Now for this ship, I grabbed the Spheramac DC-201 reactor. So this is a Class A ship, and this reactor requires Starship Design Rank 2, but produces more power than any B-class reactor that you can get with Starship Design Rank 2. However, some important notes. It does not have any connection points on top, on bottom, or in back. So this is why I went ahead and hid this underneath a Deimos hull. Coming over to this side, if I go on over to the grav drives, you see that I was able to use the Helios 300 grav drive. I did not need any more grav jump thrust, but I was heavy enough that I couldn't go with like the Helios 200. Now, if you do not want to flip glitch, then you need to swap this Helios 300 out for an R3000 for the side connection piece here. And actually, it's not the flip glitch, it's the duplication glitch. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that now. So, I'm going to take a pair of Deimos hulls, and then I'm going to copy, I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to delete them. And now my reactor and grav drive are hidden underneath these Deimos hulls. Again, if you do not want to duplication glitch, you do not have to. But again, you would need to swap that grav drive out for a different one. Why? Because the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over here and grab the Deimos wing. This way. There we go. So we need to go ahead and put a pair of Deimos wings on like this. Now, when I built this ship, I went ahead and I hid these behind some Deimos bumpers. And then the last one is going to end up going right here. But I need this piece here because this is going to be what the engine attaches to. However, if you do not want to flip glitch, you can, instead of putting the bumpers on, just put the wing on like this. Alternatively, if you like the look of this more than this, do this and you don't need a flip glitch. Let's go ahead and grab those braking engines there. Pull these pieces on over. And now what I'm going to do here, actually, I'm going to pull these off because I'm going to need to do that after I grab my engines. So this ship is using 4 Ares DT50 engines, and that's it. And now that the engines are in place, I can remove this wing, put the bumper on, flip glitch the wing on, and then flip glitch the bumper on. And then repeat on this side. There we have it. Now, right here, going back on over to the structural, grab a porthole and a Deimos tail. Then over here, let's go ahead and grab the Deimos cowling. And some spines. There we go. Now, one of the things that you could do here if you wanted to is you could put a spine B here and let's just pull this back one. You do not have to though. So, here is the next point where if you want to go ahead and flip glitch things in, you can. If you don't though, you don't have to. So with the base ship that you saw me look around, I had a pair of the Ulysses M30 HE3 tanks, and then here I had the 200 cm ballast cargo holds. Finally, I had the 40S protector shield, and that it was located right there with this flipped over it. Now, this is what I did to kind of fill this upper space out. If you do not want to go ahead and do that, we can go ahead, pull this off, put the shield on one side, and then on the other side we can either put that HE3 tank, or we can go ahead and grab, say, the H10 Atlas tank, which is going to provide us more fuel with only a single slot, and then we don't need to be flip glitching anything over here. It is an option for you to consider. Alright, we've got an error. It's that we have not put our landing gear on now. So, coming to the bottom of this ship, see I have 2 320 CB landing gears. And then I have the Deimos Skeg A's. Alright, and that is the ship minus the weapons. And again, if you do not want to do the duplication of flip glitches, then this hull goes away. However, because the reactor that we have here does not have a top or a bottom connection, that will also mean that we'll have to get rid of this Skeg A. So what I would end up doing is, actually, let's just delete this. And if you are not looking to flip glitch, I would instead have your ship look more or less like this, with moving the shield on over to the side here. So if you like the look of that, go for it. If you don't like the look of that, though, you do not have to. So let me go ahead and put those pieces back. There we have it. All right. So we have a Class A ship here. We only have 520 shield on this ship, and we also are limited to Class A weapons. We are sitting with 87 mobility, so it is quite a mobile ship. But if you are playing on extreme difficulty, this is not a ship that can get up close and brawl. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and add our suppressive weaponry because I need to add that first. So I'm going to grab the Spark 750 suppressor. I'm going to put two of them on here, and then one right here. I am running only three of these. You definitely have space that you could add the fourth somewhere. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my other weaponry. So I decided to go with 4 Disruptor 3310 proton beams. Note they are the proton beams, not the auto proton beams. And the reason is this ship, because it cannot get up close and brawl, needs to kite. This means that I'm going to be trying to engage the opponent outside of their range, which means that I want something that can just repeatedly fire, and I don't need to worry about my magazine running out, wait for it to recharge, and while my magazine recharges, so does the shield. So, rather than that, we're just going to go with the plain old proton beams, and hope that that's good enough. Now, some other options that we could look at for this and this playstyle is, well, we can use, of course, the 3300s, so they're just worse than the 3310s, so just use these. We could do the PB30 electron beams, but again, worse than the 3310s. The PB50s are the better option, but they require Starship Design Rank 3, so they are not available to us yet. So beyond that, if you don't want to use these, then you're going to be looking at some sort of mixture of missiles, lasers, autocannons, etc. And if you want to do that and you are not playing on extreme, then use whatever weapons make you happy. But if you're playing on extreme, you do need to kite or you're probably going to die. So let's go ahead and assign those weapons. And then let's paint this ship. And there we go. Nice dark gray plus red. So let's go ahead, accept.
When you get serious about your spacecraft, come back to Deimos.
Welcome to Deimos.
Run back to our ship. Hop in the cockpit. All right. Now I do have the anitronic fusion skill, so instead of having 28 power, I have 33. But you can see I can power everything except for 2 points of my EM weapons. So let me go ahead and reduce power to my engines. And then let's go on out to Serpentis and get the party started. Ow. And there we have it, the perfect demonstration of why you need to kite. So now we're just going to go ahead and blow up this one with our particle beams. Lovely cockpit view too. Took out their engines. And for this Prophecy 3, we need to get a little bit closer. And a little bit further than that. They boosted closer to us. But now that we outrange them again, let's go ahead and start blasting. Alright, and now, because we want to try and use our suppressive weaponry, let's get closer. Because that only has a range of about 800. There we go. Now that we've taken out their engine with our suppressive weaponry, it's time to board and clear the ship. Who knows, maybe we will take a captive. We won't. Hi. There we go. Gotta say, not a huge fan of the layout of this Veyron ship. Like, why do I need to go up a floor to go across to go down a floor to the infirmary? It just does not seem very good. In case you weren't aware, yes, clearly shotguns are sniper rifles. Obviously. There we go. And that is that ship captured. Now we just go ahead, hop in the driver's seat, make it our home ship, and then rapidly redock with our previous ship before it flies away. And there you have it, a successful capture with the Deimos Hunter. Let's go ahead and take our Hunter back, make that our home ship again. I believe there is a mod out there that will add a ship to your fleet just by sitting in the seat and not needing to go ahead this whole rigmarole of saying, oh, make this my active ship. Okay, well, wait, don't fly away. I need my other ship active, etc. But I don't have that mod. So instead, I am stuck jumping through hoops. One of these days, I will actually care enough to find that and get it. Anyways, if you enjoyed watching this and watched all the way to the end, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. I hear it makes the algorithm very happy. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. And let's just go ahead and, oh yeah, race into the moon. Well, it's a giant. Sure, we'll go with that story.